Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, we have Charlie Brown. He's the Managing Director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk with our midday update. Charlie, it's great to have you with me as always. And despite the mixed bag of earnings, particularly Caterpillar, Boeing, and Texas Instruments, we're flat on the day.
It's amazing. I think it really reflects investors' optimism today. There was a little bit of green shoots in all of those earning reports. In Boeing, even though they missed, which was widely expected, they confirmed that they expect the 737 MAX to fly later on this year, and they increased their order forecast up about 33% on the plane over a period of time. On Caterpillar, even though they were down, and they warned, and they brought things down, dealer inventories were down, but that was seen as them managing the business in the face of uncertainty. They also announced a $1 billion buyback program. So there were some good green shoots out of both of those.
All right, let's take a look at our first chart here. We're taking a look at the transports. What are you looking at here?
Transports, it's a leading indicator. It's the oldest indices in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It is something that is age-old and tried and true. It's had a nice little move lately, and it's been based on a couple of economic reports that have showed consumers are spending, and the jobs report is good. Over the past 2 weeks, it's increased about 10% over a period of time. It looks like it's going to peak at the September and July highs at about the 10,830 level. So things look good. If earnings continue to surprise to the upside a little bit, albeit on dialed back estimates, that should break through a little bit.
All right, let's take a look at our next chart here. This is a semiconductor index, what we affectionately call the SOX, and obviously there's going to be some residual off of that with Texas Instruments. You have all the other names that were trading in sympathy with it, and after the close today, so if we can get to our next chart, which is a semiconductor index, I guess
we can talk about it.
Let's just talk about it.
Okay. So semiconductor index so far year to date is up about 36%.
Okay.
It's come in to break through support at the 1575 level. That's primarily due to Texas Instruments miss.
Right. Oh, and actually we do have the right chart.
Okay.
Just the wrong title. So everyone, this is the SOX here.
There we go. So what investors have looked for now is the fact that Texas Instruments came out with their earnings forecast. It was probably overdone. And they expect the other semi-stocks probably to be down, but not as down as severe. So it's bounced up and it's come up to support. Resistance on the stock right now is at 1625. It's expected that the other semi-stocks that are reporting over a period of time are going to be a little better than Texas Instruments, right. So it could bounce up against that ceiling on the 625.
Well, we have Xilinx tonight, we have Lam Research, which is tonight, and Lam has had, I think, over the past 2 years, has never missed a quarter. I mean, that's been a fantastic stock to watch. And then we also had Taiwan Semi last week. They took up their CapEx spend by 40%.
Right.
So it sounds as if Texan might have been more company specific, and depending on what areas of the semiconductor exposure that they have,
exactly,
that could have been the issue. And it's interesting because we've heard this as people have been talking about the semi space, where they didn't want to go all in on the SOX or the SMH. They want to pick certain areas that have that equipment and industrial exposure.
Right. Remember last time when NVIDIA came out, they were very positive and then took the whole space right up. So it's a mixed bag. I think people are thinking that Texas Instruments was located just based within that company. That's the problem. And that the other companies are going to probably do a little better.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much as always for joining us, Market Site. And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.